Taylor, what time did you get home tonight? I haven't seen you to tell me about this yet.
I came home at 9:30 p.m., Annie. But honestly, I feel like I'm too old to be controlled like this. I should have the freedom to decide when to come home.
Taylor, I've treated you this way since you were a child. Is there something wrong with it? Besides, I don't live with you, so it's hard to keep tabs on your whereabouts. I need to check on you to know where you go and what you do every day.
Okay, Annie, I get it. But it feels like you're treating me way too harshly. Not like a sibling at all. Sometimes I even feel like you hate me.
Why would you think that, Taylor? We're sisters, and I always try to be nice to you. Maybe it's just a matter of the generation gap. I'm 44 years old, and you're only 20. We have different perspectives. I don't want you to feel awkward, but I also don't want you to make foolish decisions.
No, Annie, that's not the point. Remember the time I went to my high school farewell party? I was wearing a knee-length dress, and I loved it. Even our mother said it suited me well. But you got all annoyed and forced me to change into regular clothes. Why did you do that?
I didn't like the dress because it was too short, and I was worried that you could have a wardrobe malfunction or something. And you might feel uncomfortable when boys keep looking at your legs. I asked you to change so that you could fully enjoy the party without any embarrassing incidents.
But I felt so uncomfortable at the party with the clothes you forced me to wear too. The dress I had on wasn't even that short. It was something any normal young girl would wear.
Taylor, you're young, and I believe everything I do is for your own good. As you get older, you'll gradually understand.
But it's just a dress, Annie. What about the time I wanted to go on a picnic with my classmates? You flat out banned me from participating, even though it was an extracurricular activity. And to top it off, you followed me around like a freaking stalker, monitoring my every move. And don't get me started on how you always tried to shoo away any guy I talked to. This is not normal, Annie.
Going for a picnic in the forest is a risky thing. You could get injured or attacked by wild animals. And as for those boys, I was just looking out for your safety and well-being.
Annie, it's not just about the dress or the picnic. It's about how you always try to control me and force me to do things your way. It hurts me. And sometimes I feel like you don't really care about me. Why do you always treat me like this?
I've lived 22 years longer than you, Taylor. I've been through a lot. I know what's safe and what's not. I share my experiences and concerns with you because I care about you. I don't hate you, but I want to educate you in the best way possible.
But I'm not a child anymore, Annie. I need to experience things on my own. Making mistakes is part of growing up. I've tried so many times to get close to you, but you're always strict and aloof with me. Do you really hate me? Just be honest about your feelings.
Taylor, it seems you've completely misunderstood me. I don't hate you at all. I just want what's best for you. Sometimes my actions may seem strict, but they come from a place of love and concern. We are sisters, and that's what we should do for each other.
Annie, I just wish for once you would support me in what I do. Even if it's different from what you would do. It would mean the world to me. I've gone through so many negative emotions because of this. Even our parents aren't as strict with me.
I'm sorry for everything you've been through, Taylor. Maybe I've been too overbearing, especially considering you're a teenager. I'll try to change my approach and show you that I care about you instead of trying to control your life. I hope you won't misunderstand my intentions.
I don't want to fight with you, Annie. I just hope we can have a better relationship. I believe we can get along if we both make an effort to change.
You're right, Taylor. Whenever you feel that I'm being too strict, just let me know so I can quickly fix it. I want us to have a positive and loving sibling relationship.
Okay. I'll also try to change my behavior so that we can be more than just siblings. Oh, by the way, Annie, could you come home at the end of the month to celebrate our parents' 45th wedding anniversary? It's an important milestone.
Oh, right! I almost forgot about that. It's an important occasion, and I'll definitely be there. I'll make sure to come home 2 weeks before the anniversary so we can prepare and make it the best celebration ever.
Wow, 45 years. Such a long time for a great love like our parents. It truly is a significant milestone in anyone's life. But, speaking of love, it just occurred to me, Annie, you've never had a boyfriend, have you? Do you ever feel lonely, living alone like this? Have you ever been in love?
No, I've never had a boyfriend. I actually enjoy being single and not being tied down by a romantic relationship. I guess I've become a bit apprehensive about love.
Seriously, Annie? You've never had a boyfriend? But why are you afraid of love when you've never even experienced it? It's hard for me to understand.
It's because of what I've seen, Taylor. One of my close friends got dumped by her boyfriend when she got pregnant. The heartless bastard kicked her out, and she became a single mom struggling to make ends meet. She's always complaining about financial problems and has lost faith in men because of what she went through. Taylor, you need to be careful with romantic relationships too. You're still young, and I want to protect you from potential heartbreak or hardships.
Annie, I believe I'm more mature than you think. You don't need to worry so much about me.
There's so much more to experience, Taylor. You'll come to understand that my words are true with time. But I'll try to trust your judgment more.
Annie, it's frustrating when you underestimate me. Trust me, I'm already 20 years old. I am an adult now.
All right, I understand. But please, just be careful before making any decision. Taylor, are you leaving the house right now? Where are you going? I need to have a dead serious conversation with you.
Huh? What happened, Annie? I have a morning class today, so I'm at school right now.
Taylor, don't hide anything from me. I need you to answer my question honestly. Who was the guy that brought you home last night? I don't recall ever seeing him before. Also, where did you go last night to come back so late?
Well, the guy who brought me home last night is actually my classmate. We had a party, and since his house was close to ours, he offered to give me a ride.
Honestly, Taylor, what's your relationship with him? I happened to see you two cuddling in front of the gate from my room window, so please tell me the truth.
Well, he's actually my boyfriend. Is there something wrong with that? It's a normal thing.
What's his name? Where does he live? What kind of person is he? Is he treating you well?
Now, hold on, Annie. You're prying too much into my personal life. Why do you want to know so many details about my boyfriend?
He appears to be unreliable, Taylor, and that's truly what he is. Last night, after he left, I quietly followed him and witnessed him kissing another girl who lives near our house. That guy is not worthy of being your boyfriend.
Oh my, Annie, why were you stalking my boyfriend? That's not a good thing to do to someone you've never even met. And I don't believe you. You have no proof to back up your claims. He's my boyfriend, and I know what kind of person he is. He's kind, romantic, and always there for me when I need him. We've been together for a long time.
But he's a jerk, Taylor. You need to end things with him immediately.
Can you please stop trying to control my life? You promised you would try to change, and now it seems like you're right back at it.
Everything I'm saying is true. I'm not trying to control you. I'm just trying to help you. I want you to love someone who deserves your love.
He's a really great guy, Annie, and I'm ready to marry him at any time.
Do you even understand what you just said, Taylor? What makes you so certain that you'll marry him?
He promised to love me, Annie. He also showers me with gifts and always treats me with care.
Oh, so the gift you're referring to is the necklace you've been wearing all the time? Did he give you that expensive necklace?
Yeah, it's an expensive necklace. He loves me so much, which is why he gave me this gift. It holds a lot of value, and there's only one like it in the world. Where am I supposed to find someone better than him?
Did he tell you that the necklace was a family heirloom passed down from his grandmother to his mother? And now he's giving it to her future daughter-in-law?
How do you know that? My boyfriend said it's a secret only known within his family.
Girl, you're too naive. How can you believe his sweet lies? Last night, when I followed him home, like I said, I saw him cuddling with another girl near our house. And guess what? He gave that girl the exact same necklace you're wearing. And you know what he told her? He said it was also a necklace passed down in his family for his future wife.
It can't be true. Annie, stop lying to me or I'll never speak to you again. My boyfriend can't be like that.
Taylor, you're not as grown up as you think. You're still too trusting to let a man deceive you like this. Just listen to me and break up with him now before things get worse.
You're just trying to control me. I will only love who I want, and he's the one I've chosen. I know he's my destiny. Annie, you've never been in love, so you don't understand what love feels like. Stop meddling in my life.
Taylor, don't be so rude to me. I'm your older sister. If you don't listen, you'll face regretful consequences. I've warned you multiple times already.
I told you, Annie, this is my private life. You don't get to choose my life partner for me. You have no right to interfere with my happiness. Your own life isn't exactly stable either.
Taylor, stop being so defiant. That boy is terrible news. All the advice I give you comes from a place of concern. I just want you to avoid making a terrible mistake. You have to trust me, Taylor.
Why are you so sure about this? What makes you think you're right?
It's because I have more life experience than you. I've seen many people around me end up in toxic relationships because they trusted their partners blindly. In the end, they only face heartbreak and bitter endings due to their blind love.
Annie, just let me experience it for myself. Stop trying to control me so much. I'm matured enough to understand my own actions. Annie, sometimes you act like my actual mother. Our parents were never as strict with me as you are. You're always like this, and it makes me so sad.
Nonsense! How can I be your mother? I'm just giving you advice as an older sister who cares about her younger sister, Taylor.
Annie, just enjoy life. Stop burying yourself in work and being so difficult all the time. It'll only make you more negative. Live your life to the fullest.
It's not so easy to change, Taylor. I have my own reasons for living this way for so many years. I feel insecure in a life that's too comfortable, so I've always set rules for myself. Oh my God, Taylor, where did you go last night? I went into your room to get clothes for laundry, and I smelled a strong alcohol odor on the pile of things you threw in the basket.
Well, my boyfriend's friend had a party at a bar, so we went together.
Other than your boyfriend, did you know anyone at that party?
No, why would I know anyone at the party? They're not my friends, they're my boyfriend's friends.
Taylor, you're being so careless. You went to a stranger's party and drank excessively? Don't you realize how dangerous that is?
There you go again, Annie. I went to a party with my boyfriend, the person I trusted. He will protect me no matter what.
What if he conspired with his friends to get you drunk and take advantage of you? How would you handle that, Taylor? You're being so stubborn. What I saw him do makes it clear to me that he's a bad guy, Taylor.
Maybe you're just seeing things wrong. He would never do something like that. Stop speaking ill of my boyfriend. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Annie, stop banging on the door. I said I don't want to see anyone. Why can't you respect my wishes?
But Taylor, you need to tell me what's going on. You've been locked in your room, not eating for 2 days? Mom and Dad are extremely worried. What's going on?
What's going on? Everything, Annie! My world is falling apart, and I don't even know who I am anymore. That's what's going on.
Please, Taylor, you have to talk to me. We're family. We can help you get through whatever you're going through, but you have to let us in.
Help me? How can you help me when you've been lying to me my entire life? Am I adopted? Are our parents not my biological parents? I'm not even your real sister, am I?
What nonsense are you talking about, Taylor? You've always been my little sister. Our parents are your parents too.
Annie, stop lying. Tell me the whole truth before I lose my temper.
Where are you getting these ideas, Taylor? Who tells you that nonsense?
I overheard our parents talking. They seemed worried about me finding out the truth about my identity as I grew older. It sounded suspicious, didn't it?
Maybe they were just talking about a movie they watched. You know how much they enjoy drama these days.
And I discovered something shocking that convinced me I'm adopted. It's about my blood type. I went to the hospital 2 days ago to donate blood, and they told me my blood type is A. Our mom's blood type is B, and yours and Dad's are O. It doesn't make sense for me to have blood type A unless I don't share any DNA. I've lived 20 years without knowing my blood type, and when I found out, I was devastated and disappointed. I don't want to face this. Now explain, Annie. I want to know the whole truth.
Taylor, it's just a blood type. Maybe you're an exception or a rare case. Don't stress about it too much. You've always been a part of our family.
Stop trying to deny it, Annie. Let's be honest. I'm tired of hearing lies. I don't think my life could get any worse. If you don't let me know what's truly happening, I will kill myself right here.
Okay, Taylor, calm down. I'll tell you the whole truth, but just please don't do anything to harm yourself. It's true that you're not our parents' biological child, but...
But what? I don't know where this is going, but since we're not sisters, you've always treated me poorly and tried to push me out of this family, right?
No, not at all, Taylor. I've always considered you a member of this family, no matter what.
Come on, Annie, I know what you're thinking. Since I'm not your real sister, that's why you hate me. You've always tried to control and restrict me.
That's not true, Taylor. I don't hate you, and I've never tried to control your life. You're my sister, and I love you unconditionally.
No, you can't stand the thought of me being a part of this family. You've always tried to limit and stop me from doing what I want.
Taylor, stop typing and listen to me for just 1 minute. You might be shocked to hear what I'm about to say, and our relationship might never be the same again. But I can't hide the truth from you any longer. Actually, you are my daughter.
You... what?
Taylor, it's hard to believe, but it's true. The people you call Mom and Dad are actually your grandparents. You're not their adopted child. You're their granddaughter. And I am your biological mother.
What are you talking about? This is more absurd than finding out I'm adopted after living in this family for 20 years. Just say it, I can take it.
It's all true, my dear. You are not adopted. Taylor, you are my biological daughter. I've been hiding this from you, along with our parents, for years. If you hadn't accidentally discovered it, we would hide this secret until I died. We've always tried to provide the best life for you, to protect you from the pain of the truth.
No, wait. This is so illogical. So, if I'm your daughter, do you have any proof? It's hard to believe that my sister is actually my mother. Annie, I could accept you as my sister even though you're much older than me. Why did you have to lie to this extent?
Taylor, from the day you were born, I always kept your newborn bracelet. I'll slide it under the door. Take a look at it. Do you see it? It has Mom, Annie, and baby Taylor engraved on it. No one else, just us. It's proof that you are my daughter. I've kept it with me all these years thinking I'd never get the chance to give it to you. But now that you know your true identity, I want you to have it.
What? My own mother? How is that possible? This is not true, Annie.
I know it's hard to believe, Taylor, but it's the truth. I am your biological mother.
What? Why is there my name and your name on that bracelet? I don't believe it. That bracelet is unreliable. Don't lie to me anymore, Annie. You should tell me I'm adopted instead of saying silly things like that.
No, Taylor, there's nothing wrong. I have one more thing I want you to see. This was a pregnancy ultrasound evaluation when I was about to give birth to you. Darling, nothing is more obvious. You really are my daughter.
What are you talking about? How can I be your daughter? At this point, don't hang around, Annie. I need to know more than that.
I won't hide anything from you anymore, Taylor. Remember the story I once told about my best friend who became a single mother and had to work multiple jobs to raise her children? Actually, that's my life story. 20 years ago, I fell in love with my ex-boyfriend, who was your real father. As I didn't listen to my parents' advice, I left with him, and we moved to another city. He promised to take care of me and truly love me. After leaving my family, I used my savings to live with him in another city. But then, the money ran out. When I was broke, he rejected me and had affairs with other women.
Oh my god, how could he do that?
At its peak, he kicked me out of the house in the middle of the night when I was pregnant. I had to ask the help of my friends who live in that city to be able to come home with my parents. In the end, I got pregnant and became a single mother. Since I couldn't earn enough money to raise you, I had to go back to my parents.
But why don't you live as my real mother but have to make a cover as my sister like this? Why are you doing this to me? Don't you want to accept the responsibility of being a mother? Why didn't you admit that I was your daughter sooner?
Taylor, right now, I don't know what to say, but sorry. I know I'm a terrible mother. I have decided to live a new life, a new identity for both you and me. I want to restart my life, and I also want you to get a better life. And more than that, I want you to not feel deprived of your father's love. I want you to have both a father and a mother, so I had to trade a lot of things in my life. So, you became the daughter of my parents, who were supposed to be your grandparents, and I became your sister. I had to live a new life as your older sister. I really don't want to do this, but it's the only thing I can do for you.
For me? Is it really for me? You never ask what I want, it's just what you think it's good for me. If I was your daughter from the start, I think it would have been easier for me to have no father than this horrible thing. Have you ever thought about how I feel?
Taylor, at this moment, I don't know what to say, but sorry. I really have wronged you a lot.
Are you making my life a joke? Do you feel satisfied? I really don't have anything more to say. You're my mother, but I don't want to admit it at all. Why have you heartlessly lied to me for the past 20 years? And why do you always treat me badly?
I have to do it, Taylor. I just have to. I must be strict with you, for I fear that if I'm gentle with you, I will not be able to hold back and tell you that you are my daughter. I've always wished for you to call me Mom, but I know it's hard to come by. And I prevent you from having love relationships just because I fear you will be like me in the past. It was a difficult decision made out of love and a desire to protect you. I wanted to give you a better life and shield you from the hardships I faced.
Better life? How is hiding the truth and living a lie a better life? I don't understand any of this. How can I trust you?
I understand your confusion and anger, Taylor. I can't expect you to trust me immediately, but I hope with time, you will see that everything I did was because I love you.
Love? Is this what love looks like? Keeping secrets, manipulating my life, and denying me the truth? I don't know if I can ever forgive you for this.
I never wanted to hurt you. Taylor, I made difficult choices based on what I thought was best for you. I thought I was protecting you from the pain of knowing the truth.
I don't know if I can accept your support, Annie. I need time to process all this. My whole world has been turned upside down.
I understand, Taylor. Take all the time you need. Just know that I am here for you, no matter what. I will always love you, and I will do whatever it takes to make things right.
I don't know if things can be right again, Annie. This revelation has shattered my trust in our family. I need some space to figure things out on my own.
I respect your need for space, Taylor. Please know that I am here whenever you're ready to talk or if you need anything. I will do my best to make amends and rebuild our relationship.
I can't promise anything right now, Annie. This is a lot to process, and I don't know where things will go from here. After confessing everything to my grandparents as I had planned, they were shocked and tears streamed down their faces. They couldn't bear the thought of me suffering for so long. It was clear how much they truly loved me, considering me their precious gift. I am forever grateful to my grandparents for accepting me and loving me as their own. They had treated me like their own daughter for all these years, and it wasn't easy for them to keep such a secret. Yet, they remained silent until I discovered the truth on my own. Knowing that I intended to take some time away from home, my grandparents supported my decision and encouraged me to leave until I found peace of mind. I realized that I would never find anyone who could love me and care for me as much as they did. As for Annie, after my grandparents' wedding anniversary, she disappeared for the night, leaving behind a letter of apology. Perhaps she genuinely felt remorse and desperately wanted my forgiveness. Upon reflection, I understood that she was in a difficult situation back then and didn't know what else to do, so she turned to our parents for help. Everyone makes mistakes, but what matters is how they choose to rectify them. I've come to terms with the fact that Annie couldn't bring herself to admit I was her biological daughter in the past. However, I still feel a profound sadness because it seems like my life was orchestrated by her for the past 20 years. I'm not one to hold grudges, but I need more time to adjust. I haven't fully forgiven her yet, which is why I can't call her mom and why we haven't had any contact since my grandparents' anniversary. I also ended things with that terrible boyfriend. Just as Annie had warned me, he was a despicable person. Thankfully, I witnessed his true nature and promptly broke up with him. He had been cheating and dating 3 other girls while claiming to love me. What's worse, he had sinister intentions towards me. Fortunately, my intuition kicked in, and I confronted him before anything happened. I gave him a firm slap and ended the relationship. I felt a mix of sadness and relief because I had rid myself of such a toxic person. Now I feel liberated and free. Annie's words proved to be true, and I finally understand why she treated me so sternly when she was still my sister. Going through hardships allows us to gain valuable experiences and wisdom. As I mentioned before, I decided to spend the winter break somewhere else, living on my own. I needed time to reflect on everything I had been through. Although those revelations were shocking and difficult to accept, with time, I've come to view them as a part of my personal journey. I am no longer as rebellious as I used to be. I strive to remain calm and approach everything with gentleness. At this point, I'm focused on my future and aspiring to become a better person. Moreover, I cherish the idea of continuing to live with my grandparents.